Hey, what's up, Steeler Nation? Once again, this is Outside Steeler Fan giving you a preview video off of a great win over the much needed win over the Denver Broncos last Sunday. But I'm giving you this preview video for the upcoming Sunday night game against the Seattle Seahawks, which is going to be a huge test for us, even without Russell Wilson, specifically when it comes to our defense, and we know why. But I'd like to first start this video out with the obvious news on Juju Smith-Schuster, who everybody knows is out for the remainder of the season due to a dislocated shoulder. Good news though, the surgery was successful, but yeah, he will be out for the season. He's got to let that heal, and obviously can't take chances on that throughout the next at least the next 4 months. He suffered this injury during the Denver Broncos game in a winning performance. But I mean, when it comes to Juju, I mean, yeah, this is a huge loss for the offense since his rookie year in 2017. And wow, did he start his career off with a bang. Right out the gate, he ended up taking Martavis Bryant's spot back in 2017. Everybody knows about his rookie year. And ever since then, he's been a great security blanket for Ben Roethlisberger, a very reliable receiver for Ben Roethlisberger. And his absence on the field is going to be a significant loss for this offense. But as Mike Tomlin always says, and what we've been knowing for so many years now, it's got to be the next man up mentality on this team, or philosophy on this team. And I have total confidence in not only James Washington, but Ray McCloud. All the confidence in the world that those two guys right there will fill the void. Now, continuing on with Juju Smith-Schuster, or about Juju Smith-Schuster, I'm pretty optimistic about his return next year. We don't know. It's too far down the road, the offseason, in whether the Steelers are going to the Steelers and Juju are going to be able to agree on a contract, or is Juju going to go elsewhere for more money? We know that this is a contract year for him, and that's the unfortunate thing right there. And hopefully it's not the same situation that we had with Bud Dupree last season, who got injured in the Ravens game and then later on was released by the Steelers. Hopefully it's not that situation. I'm optimistic that I think they're the Steelers organization will, and Juju will agree on a one-year deal, and we know Juju is going to prove himself for a restructuring of his contract. But anyways, yeah, that's a huge loss for the organization, but I'm really optimistic in both James Washington and Ray McCloud filling that void. But on to the Seattle Seahawks. This is a really fun game for me. The fact is, I was born and raised in Washington, even though I've been a Steelers fan since age 11. I was born and raised in this state, and ever since Super Bowl 40, they see that Steelers logo here, and man, you're gonna see a lot of frowns, you know, a lot of negative energy when they see that logo, because a lot of Seahawks fans here are still bitter about Super Bowl 40. But you know, it's tough. But to me, it's just it's fun, but at the same time, it's business for us. as I stated in my preview video for the Denver Broncos, that game was not a get-right game. That game right there was a life support game. That game right there was a do-or-die game psychologically for this franchise. This upcoming game is a get-right game in a lot of ways. We get back to 500. We get back into the thick of things in our division before our bye week. And then we get healthier during our bye week. So this is definitely a get-right game for the Steelers to get back on track, and for this team and the fans to really believe that we can get to Los Angeles this year, or just get to the playoffs and go from there. Huge game for us, obviously, and it's not going to come easy. The Seattle Seahawks, even without Russell Wilson, have dangerous weapons on that offense. Probably the most explosive offense, one of the most explosive offenses in the league. And we know why. You don't really need to go into detail why that is. This is, an offense with probably the best wide receiver duo in the NFL, and DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. I mean, those guys are just like insanely hard to cover, and we have to minimize their impact in this game. And I think the best way to do that on the defensive side of the ball is the pass rush is going to have to be successful in this game. Obviously, we know we have great pass rushers on this defense, and players like Robert Spillane and even Devin Bush, and obviously TJ Watt. But they're going to have a busy day this coming Sunday night in getting to Geno Smith. Geno Smith, say what you want, has a lot of experience. He's been in this league for some time now. He's been a starter before. He's no pushover. So, you saw what he did in that Thursday night game against the Rams before he threw that pivotal interception. That this guy, I'm not gonna say he's Russell Wilson, but he can be just as effective as Russell Wilson in this game. And he's got plenty of weapons to give the ball to. He has plenty of weapons to hand the ball to when it comes to the running back position. So it's not going to be an easy test for us, but I'm really optimistic about this game. I think this is a get-right game. I don't think the Steelers are going to overlook this team, and we better not overlook this team. But great opportunity to get back on track. And let's talk about Najee Harris, who I think last week, the guy is getting better every week. And I think this is probably going to be his breakout game if it wasn't last week. And last week could have been his breakout game. I mean, don't get me wrong, he put up a lot of numbers, but yeah, the cramps that he suffered in that game prevented him from really sealing the win, and not really allowing the game to be as close as it ended up being. But it is what it is. We won the game, and I just think this game coming up is going to be Najee Harris's breakout game. This is, if you thought last week was his breakout game, you haven't seen anything. The guy's just getting better and better, and we're going to need Najee Harris. And you can say Gentry too. We're going to have to come into this game. We're going to have to really rely on our running game to be, like I've stated before, to be our best defense. Our offense has got to be our best defense. As I've stated before, we have to limit Geno Smith's possessions, because obviously we know what the Seattle offense can do. And no disrespect to the Seattle Seahawks, but they have probably the worst defense in the league right now, especially when it comes to their secondary. Yes, I'd like to see Ben Roethlisberger also throw the ball, but I would like to see our tight end Pat Fryermuth targeted a lot more in this game, because, man, he reminds me a lot of Heath Miller, and just like Najee Harris, Pat Fryermuth is getting better and better, or just really showing his potential. So I would like to see Ben Roethlisberger target the guy a lot more in this game. Target the guy a lot more in this game, and really let him show his allow him to show his true potential. But anyway, I'm really optimistic about this game. This is a get-right game for us. It feels so good to come off of a win against the Denver Broncos and snap our very agonizing 3-game losing streak. But this to be able to win this Sunday night on primetime, it's going to feel a lot better going into the bye week. And on an injury standpoint, there's some bumps and bruises, and then there's recurring injuries for a lot of the guys that they suffered in previous game. But outside of Juju Smith-Schuster, really no significant injury reports so far. Let's keep our fingers crossed. But huge news is we are getting Zach Banner back this week. According to the sources I read, Zach Banner will be returning, and that will be huge for our offensive line. That I think it's played its best game last week against the Denver Broncos. But to have Zach Banner on our starting roster really gives us a better chance to win and makes that O-line even a lot better. So that's huge news right there. And man, I am stoked to see Banner back on the football field. And I believe we could be getting Anthony McFarland back. I love that guy. Obviously, yeah, I think he adds depth to our running game. And let's just hope that we stay consistent, because that's the big thing right there, is for this team to be consistent. And let's hope that the win against the Denver Broncos is the sign of a repetitive thing for this organization, and finding ways to win games. But anyways, Steeler Nation, let me know what you think about this upcoming game. Are you excited? Are you optimistic? I'm assuming you are. But anyways, everybody enjoy the rest of this week, and definitely enjoy Sunday night's game against Seattle. Let's go Steelers. All right, everybody, have a good one.